Hello guys, today let's have a look at how we can add CSS to an HTML file. So we are on our journey as we are learning web development. We are on a full course of HTML and CSS. We have this assignment here of making these buttons here. So let's do each and everything from scratch until when we do something similar to this. If you have your VS Code, just come here to your desktop and create a new file and name it answer. We are going to do the answer of this assignment. So bring that file and drop it there in your IDE. I'm using VS Code. So once you click on this, click here, create a new file. Once you create it, you can type answer.html. Once you type DOC in your VS Code and press enter, it will bring something like this, similar to this, showing you how you can get started with your HTML file. It gives you a quick start on how you can get started with HTML. So here, this is the body section, this is the head section. So in the body section, this is where we put our HTML code. So let me minimize as we can see what we are working on. Okay, so from that, let's get started now. In the body section, we have two buttons. Let's type button. It has an opening and closing. It has a greater than sign and a less than sign. This is how we do the button in HTML. So for the button, it will have a name like. So I could have gone here to save this work like this, but I have autosave. Autosave helps you to automatically save each and everything you do at that moment. So when I come here and open, I need to open this that I've worked on. So we see that it was saved. So here we see that it is now opened. On our assignment, we have buttons like this. Also the cursor, when you hover above the button, the cursor changes. So here is what we have done so far. So once you come back here, we have three buttons. So just copy. And just copy like this and right click here and then come here, copy. Or you can just do like this and press Ctrl C on your keyboard. It will be copied. Then press enter, paste, and also paste on a new line. So there are many ways you can do style your HTML page. There are many ways you can style. There is what we call an inline styling, and there is what we call an internal styling. So there is also an external styling where you can import your CSS file to the HTML page. So let's get started from an inline styling. So here on this part, just put a space and type style equals and you say background color to be the background color is green, something like that. And when you come back, just save your work here. Just save your work here and then come back and refresh. Once you refresh, we see something that has changed. But as you style in your HTML, make sure you leave a space. If you don't leave a space, your work won't work. What you do won't work. You see that HTML can't explain this. It reads it as a full tag, but you should leave a space so that it can be easily read. So from there, I can come back and type color to be once you say -ff, that's the same as white. Once you come and refresh, but if you are not good at this, mainly if you're new to coding, just also write white. It works the same. Once you refresh, you see that it's very okay. So what's next is this subscribe button, but there is also what we call padding here. But let's first look at the color. So the next, we have this button here. We have this button. Okay, let's do it at this size. We need to make it exactly like this size. So I should also come here and say padding is not auto. Padding will be 5 pixels. I leave a space and set 10 pixels. Once you come and refresh, you see that the button is now okay. At the top, there is 5 pixels. At the width, there is 10 pixels. Once you come to this next button, it is a subscribe button. First of all, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any new content and upcoming important videos. So just come here and copy the whole of this. And come again to this part, paste it here. What you'll do is to change this color to red, and then the padding is the same, and change this to subscribe. It is a subscribe button. Once you come back and refresh, I will see that the button is very okay, and we shall do the same to that. Leave a space and paste this. This is blue and this is share. It's share button. You see that it's now okay, but we see that once you hover over that button, the cursor changes to a point. So we should change the way the cursor appears once you hover over the buttons. And another thing is another thing is this. And another thing is that there is some space here at the top and from here. So um, um, we are going to use another type of styling, internal styling. This is an inline styling that we have been working on. So another type of styling is internal styling. So it's here between the head and the body is where we shall put our styling. So just type style like this. Just type style like that. We shall put a star like this. And this star represents the full page. If you put a star, it indicates that you're meaning the whole of the page. So once you say something like that, background color to be arc, you see that it represents a full page. This star, the full body. So once you do something like a padding, let's do a padding of, I'll put a padding of 10 pixels. I think it's the same. This is how the original page, and this is what we have done. We see that the padding is okay, it's similar to this. So another thing is to put the pointer here. Once you hover, we shall use what we call the ID to specialize each button. So this is, we can use ID equals button 1. Once you copy this, this is another button 2. Just paste it here. This is button 3. Specialize each button. But once you come to the styling, ID is represented in this way. Hash button represents the ID. The hash symbol represents the ID. Hash button let me do like this. Yes, it is working very well. You see that button 1 is now showing us cursor has changed. These ones are not yet shown. So I will also put button 2, put hash button 2, and hash button 3. You should separate with a comma plus a comma. Once you refresh, you see that the cursor has changed. The original, it's something similar to this. So I hope this part has been so helpful. But another thing is that let's try using an external styling in HTML and CSS. So let's import our CSS using an external CSS, just importing our file. So if you are to import, let me first remove this. You're free to copy this work. You can learn. We can learn together. You can pause as you can save your work and then start afresh. Here we have started afresh. So this is button and the like button, and now we have gone back. So I'd like to use an external to import the CSS from another page. So we can open a new file. We can name it answer.css. So there are two different files. This is for HTML, this is for CSS. I would like to import the CSS to this file. So first of all, let's put this and see whether it works very well. The star represents the whole page. So let's try saying background color to be this one. So here is the page. It has no styling. So we'll have the button. I'll use this to specialize the buttons. Here we need ID is more important. Hash, or for this time let's use class. Last time we used ID. Let's say class equals button 1. So once we use class is similar to ID. It gives the same thing. So once we type class and then copy it here, it becomes class button 2, and then this becomes button 3. So from that, it has no change to the site. But let's come to the CSS and see. Once you come to CSS, we have class button 1, button 1, I have button 1, so in CSS, we saw that the ID is represented by this hash symbol. The ID is represented by this hash symbol, but in class you put a dot, something like that, to represent a class. So class 1, let's say that let's look at the assignment and see. The assignment is like this. So once we come back, button 1, this is button 1. Let's set background color to be green. And but we haven't seen any change. Even though you refresh, nothing, just because we haven't imported our styling. So from there, let's do an import. In CSS, if you're importing your CSS file from an external file, it should be in the head section. For the inline, it is between the head and the body, or else at the bottom of the body, this part. But importing, let's put it between the head. You can type link rel equals style sheet and say ref equals dot slash answer dot css and close the tag. So I think this will be done. And once we come back, once we refresh, we see that our CSS has been imported. From there, let's continue and say there is padding of 5 pixels to 10 pixels. Button 2, you can also put another class of button 2 and do the same as I have done, but you can also put that here, comma, and put that class here. Then we put comma and we put class 3. Once you refresh, we see that our buttons are similar, but because we'd like to change the color, this format won't work because it will take also the color of this. So we can use button 2 to be background color to be red, and we can copy this padding here so for the next part, this is button 3. Here you can do it that something like this. And put a comma and paste button 2, comma, button 3. Cursor to be pointer. Once you refresh, you see that the work is done. Or else you can copy this and put on every part here. So that was it. So I'd like to see you in the next video as we're gonna start building a site using HTML and CSS. Just get tuned, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any useful content.